Welcome everyone to Price Action Live at TradersPost for December 31st, 2025. It's almost over. I'm one of your traders, Tom Hartman, alongside Mike. I'm in a trade, Christensen, co-founder and CSO of TradersPost. Up to 4 days
Not
a
in a
week
trade.
at Price. Sorry?
I'm not in a trade.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Up to 4 days a week at Price Action Live, we trade in front of you using the advanced trade execution engine known as TradersPost, the epic software that upgrades your trading. Whether trading stocks, futures, options, or crypto, TradersPost has got you covered. Today's stream is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. Visit bluesky.pro and sign up for your first prop firm account today and trade futures like never before. The silver market has topped, Mike.
Oh, that was
Short
crazy.
Short it all.
That silver move was nuts. If you follow Trading Rips at all on Twitter, I think he made almost $400,000 on that short on gold and silver that day too.
Really?
In one day.
Oh my God. Well, we have here on, what is it for silver? It did the dead cat bounce, but we're back up to the open of the previous candle for the previous day. Let's see if it eats that wick. If you're on silver space, like on X, people are just jubilant. They're like, hey, commodity cycle is starting. The silver market is breaking. I mean, you know me, like I care about the macro and what that means for the economy and industrial manufacturing and what that means for de-dollarization and all that. But that doesn't help us with trading intraday. The big question I have is, when you see a thing like that, when you see a chart like that, are you like, okay, I got to trade it, I got to put a strat on it, or do you just go, that's not my wheelhouse, let that be for the silver guys?
Yeah, not at the moment. Right now, it's one model or three models and one instrument. It's just in queue all day for me right now, at least in these prop accounts. I did not take advantage of that move in my live futures account because it's really hard for me to trade all-time highs like that. And it would have been smarter for me to just have been in gold all year long or even silver all year long. That said, the last couple of years, I have been buying a lot more silver, and I have added to my collection. So my silver collection is a lot more valuable today.
Nice. Well, I've been cured, as Peter likes to bring up many times. I've been cured about chasing parabolic moves. One of the things that really got into my head is that every time any individual event is a once in a lifetime, once in 100 years, once in 50 years type of event. But those types of events happen all the time. Taleb talks about this inside his Inserto series.
Okay.
Those Black Swan events, any individual Black Swan event is rare, but not that Black Swan events will regularly happen. And so if you just stay in your lane, pay attention to what you need to pay attention to the things that you're interested in, you will find then Black Swan events that you're prepared for in order to take. And so for silver, I have a friend who's into silver. He's just gangbusters on that. And for me, like he's sort of like, hey, you should get in. There's no way I'm going to sit down and do 10 hours of intensive watching and listening and going through stuff, and now I'm going to put a bunch of money behind it. That's not for me. That's not my game. I didn't go into Burger King. That's not for me. So I just let it be.
Okay.
For me, what I care about is this thing that Ken Carson's been had talked about a few weeks back, and I've been bringing it up every now and then on TradersPost, is to see your strategy as part of a set of strategies. If you have a set of strategies, like your number of strategies together are a diversified portfolio, then you can actually get true diversification, which I had never heard about that before. This idea that, I heard about diversification that you want to trade different assets, not that you have to have literally different strategies and then themselves become a portfolio that hedges you against downside.
And of course, the one thing that a quant would want to measure, or a portfolio manager would want to measure, is how much different that ensemble of strategies is to the relative market. Because you don't want to just create a strategy that has an extremely high correlation to the rest of the market. Otherwise, you just bought yourself a more expensive way to do the same thing. So you have to build something and multiple things that are uncorrelated with each other, but are also uncorrelated with the market. Right. And for the most part, I think what people find is it's very difficult to do that and that the only thing that helps them gain any kind of edge in the market against just holding the S&P 500 is leverage. Leverage is the one component. Hey, what's up, Aventura? How are you, man?
But also non-recourse leverage through the option space and the volatility space, because
True.
most traders don't see, most retail traders don't see volatility as an asset class. They just see it as like, oh, it's a side thing. Not let you can own volatility and sell volatility. I mostly think of it as the VIX.
Volatility, I think, is a fantastic instrument to consider that you'll never see correlation to the S&P 500 on. And it in and of itself is a very interesting mean reverting instrument. Unfortunately, the prop firms don't let you trade volatility as a futures contract, which would be kind of cool if they did.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, so let's see here for the levels that we're taking a look at for NASDAQ. I'll just go first here.
Yep.
I think very likely we've basically topped for the liquidity cycle. The information seems pretty clear. The dollar, I think we are is going to bounce from here. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Let me just pull back here so you can see. I think we came down to the low end of the range. Back in here again, we're bouncing off of it, and I fully expect here the dollar to head back up now towards the $100 level on the Dixie futures, which would be coincide with the top in liquidity. When we take a look at the bond market, we're seeing higher highs and higher lows for long-term yields and flatness for short dated. So that's again lower liquidity, and we're seeing gold perhaps bottoming here. 1 second. Before it could take another run up. Gold is a weird thing. Gold is a weird thing. We're in a deflationary situation. Gold can fall or gold could rise depending on what the reaction function is of policymakers. So it's hard to take a cue from over there. But we're seeing just a topping in liquidity around the world, except in China. China's increasing liquidity, but we don't know how that's going to bleed through. So I'm bearish. And my downside risk here for NASDAQ is 25,300 for this week, and I would not be surprised if we just get there real quick.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I see roughly 25,350, so around the same level. Let me. Oh, good. I'm sharing my screen. So we had a really interesting overnight bounce here from 25.5, which I find fascinating. I wasn't expecting that level in particular because it did go beyond my S1 level. But then we rallied here pre-open, and we're now starting to head right back to R1 again, which yesterday was an interesting bounce between these two ranges. Really choppy. If you managed to make some money yesterday like I did, good on you, because that was a tough one. But today it looks like we're trying to retrace. We posted a lower high, and I do expect we'll probably revisit 650 or 640 first. And then if we break below that, we've got this overnight low to test again at 550. But I'm right there with you. I think we could easily come back and test the 350 level or 300 level, which is the sort of base of this regression move. But looking at the daily chart, even lower would be 24,606. We've been looking at this sort of snake pattern here for a while now on the daily chart as well. So we had the all-time high, a new low was posted, a lower high was posted, a higher low was posted, but then another lower high. So it's kind of creating a little bit of a channel here and a wedge. And I think if we break some of these support levels from here, it could certainly head all the way back down to 24. Let's just see where it goes though.
Sure. That being said, I am currently long NASDAQ from 2 a.m. Currently up.
Good on you.
That's good.
Is that part of your automated strategy?
Yes, I only run automated strategies now. Well, no. I'll run manual. I'll do manual trading when I need to keep my accounts alive, because Top Step threatens to close my accounts if I don't trade inside of them, and so I'll do that manually. But generally speaking, I'm finding I have no more joy than I get less excitement, but I get to sleep better. My gray hair comes in a little bit slower when I'm not manually trading the intraday US session.
Got it. All right, exciting open here. Bit of a sell-off.
So you're a double screen guy now.
Sorry, double screened?
You have two screens now because you're looking up.
Yeah, so this is going to look a little weird. I was looking at this at myself and I'm like, man, it's got to look weird that I'm looking up. But yes, I do have a screen above now to see you guys and some of the comments. But I'm sure it's not a good look.
No, but you see me doing that all the time because I'm always looking up and to the right to my other
Yeah,
screen.
I'm gonna
It's
put
fine.
it
You're
down
one of
over here.
the elite people now. Big hello to Adventurer Trader and Jarmo. Thank you so much for being here today on this last day of the year. My New Year's plans are to continue finding an edge in markets for strategies. It's so funny. I'm like, okay, let me go and do something else for fun. Nope. All I want to do is this sort of thing.
All I want for Christmas and for the new year is more prop accounts and a TradersPost subscription for 40% off, which, by the way, we're going to be ending that sale before January 2nd. So get in the last minute holiday discount before it goes away. Because as you guys know, we only do one big discount window per year. And it's rare to see additional ones throughout the year.
Benjamin Blue, nice to have you here. I found out recently that students in my son's high school prop firm trade. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if their parents are buying them accounts or what have you. So now he wants to prop firm trade. I don't know how that works. But God, I love the idea of teenagers being like, hey, let me be exposed to markets. It's not even envy or jealousy on my side. I just think the world is moving in the right direction if these kids are being exposed to financial markets.
I mean, even basic financial concepts, these kids need to expose themselves to. My son and I were just talking about the winner of the $1.8 billion Powerball in Arkansas and how she took the lump sum payment, and after taxes and fees, she walked away with about $492 million. And, inevitably, especially if you watch those lottery documentaries, people always do the same thing. They go and they spend most of it. And it has always confused me because what you did is you just bought yourself a permanent lifetime and generational annuity. You could put all that money into the market and live even off of the cheapest dividend payment and make $7 to $8 million a year on dividends alone and just pay taxes on that. You would never even have to touch the money and it would just continue to grow. And Brighton my son thought that was pretty impressive because, he's like, you assume you have to spend the money, but you actually never really have to spend any of it. You can just keep making money, make money.
That's right.
That's the objective. So if prop firm trading is your introduction to how money actually works in the long run, I'm all for it.
I thought getting him crypto some years ago was going to be the thing, but he just bought and held it and never had to think about it again. And he thinks, I'm doing well. It just went up and to the right. I'm doing well. Okay, that's not really what I wanted to teach you, but fine.
Wow, so a lot of pushback here.
Yeah.
I'm waiting a few candles as usual before trying to get involved. I am back on the 2-minute chart just to take a look, Tom. Don't worry, I'm waiting. But the one level that I'm noticing here is there's a lot of sell pressure at 698, and we've got plenty of room before we even hit that. In the meantime, it's fairly thin liquidity between two zones at 650 and that 698 level. So it looks like it's going to sell off a little bit more and flush out this open before we start to establish some sort of a range here for the open.
I forgot to check spot gamma. What is it?
Interesting retrace from the overnight move as well. Again, we had that low at 550, high at 718, and we've retraced to the 382 now. So the 0.5 would be back at our S1 liner at 640, which is exactly where I see lots of orders on the books right now.
$14 million negative gamma, so barely anything. Positive gamma on both sides. Flat day to be expected. Which makes sense. New Year's Eve. Totally understand that. Have you ever been a big New Year's Eve guy? Going out and party, watch the ball drop, countdown?
Philosophically, it is my favorite holiday. I haven't celebrated it the way I want to, though. I'm a huge fan of New Year's. I don't know why. I like the idea of renewal. I like the idea of starting the year over and setting goals and thinking a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years into the future. I just find it to be a really good, refreshing day to just kind of reset, reflect on what you've done, and start to think forward into the future again. And I do this a lot in my head. I don't know about you guys, but I just call it time traveling. I like to think about, okay, let's jump forward 10 years and think about how we would look back at the past and what we would want to do today to impact that future version. And I like that jump that I make in my head. So New Year's is always fun for doing that.
Now you're thinking fourth dimensionally, Marty. Love that.
All right. Well, that bounce definitely. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that bounce got confirmed there off of 650, as I was mentioning. Lots of buy pressure still there, but it's coming back now. So are we starting to see
my strategy didn't get to a
potential pushback?
My strategy didn't get to a take profit level. So if it pulls all the way back here, I'm going to give up all these gains.
Got it.
Too bad. But we're headed down to VWAP. So maybe we get a bounce to... We hit right off of the weekly VWAP. Like that's exact, like to the wick. Actually almost to the wick. So I feel like we should have gotten to 25,720, but feels like it's not a strategy.
This is interesting. That was a good pitch and catch. Just to move right off the AEMA and a push down for 30, 40 points now, right back to the electronic VWAP, and I totally missed that move.
All right, my break even just fired. Damn, it fired right at VWAP. But whatever. I was able to lock in profits, so I'm not going to lose on that position. Great. I'm telling you, when I'm looking at the thing, and I have a rule never to interfere with my strategy. I find it unbelievable that I can follow that rule religiously. I never break it, not one time ever. But then I forget that I put in risk management procedures into my automated strategy. And then when I hear that it fired and that TradersPost like fulfilled my risk management procedure, and I just go, oh, I was able to lock in profits, where regular Tom would have just been making all kinds of terrible decisions right here. That's what I love about the automation process with us. Just past Tom comes in and saves me. Thanks, AV.
That is the idea.
All right, what's Bitcoin doing? I'm in the same Bitcoin trade for the last 2 weeks. I can't believe it. It's gone nowhere.
Bitcoin's been a tough one this year. Definitely not doing the things it usually does. And I think that's what's made it less attractive and possibly caused some of that abandonment, if you will.
Well, today's my last day. I have a counter on that I've been doing on Sacred Profit for calling the bear market in Bitcoin. And today's the last day for it to get back into bullish trend before I switch to bearish. And then you can see your boy Tom short all the way down to 56,000. Because short in Bitcoin is where I make the most amount of money. I can't wait. Yeah, we bounce on NASDAQ right at midnight VWAP. Interesting.
Okay, here comes another push. One more opportunity to see if we reject from here. I'm watching the books here to see if the seller is starting to step in.
Ventura says, if I didn't automate my trades, I'd screw everything up. Yeah, totally. I understand that. I mean, I need my car to beep and remind me to not drift out of my lane. And my life is on the line there. So automated systems come in very handy for me.
Okay, let's go take a look at 492.
The screens you have, they're wide, like curved, large ones, or series of small ones?
I just have 3 side by side now. I've got Bookmap, TradingView in the center, and then TradeView on one side. So my middle window there looks kind of thin.
Okay, but on like one individual monitor, right?
Yes, on one, and then I have you guys above me as well as another panel for my report.
Okay.
Okay, let me show you guys what I'm trading here. Let's go 4982. There we go.
Just want to remind everybody in the chat, as a thank you to all the Price Action Live listeners, for my own personal library of indicators that you will see on my charts, you can get them for free for the next year by using the coupon code PALIVE2025 on the Sacred Profit website. I'm very happy, very proud of it, and I want to thank all you guys there. So yeah, you can go grab it for free and have it for the next year. All I ask is that you give me feedback. If things are good, things are bad, you want things to be better, you want new tools, I'd be happy to listen. All right, look at that drop here. Is this going to happen? Are we going to flush through down to 25,466 on the daily? What is Spot Gamma saying here?
It's a bit of a fight here, and I see we've actually arrived at the previous day's point of control, which we spent a long time at. So this area is a little bit of a point of contention, if you will,
Right.
to be another POC. And I think I'm going to have to wait for this trade to finish. And I'm expecting we bounce from here because we're right off of the 0618 from the overnight. Question on the chat here is, where do you anchor your VWAP? Well, we have several VWAPs on the chart here, but I'm using session VWAP. And then there's an electronic VWAP as well, which is the overnight VWAP. And then we have weekly VWAP typically on the chart as well, which, as you can see here, that rejection from the overnight was exactly off of the weekly VWAP.
Right. To me, weekly VWAP is absolutely invaluable because it's just so much strength there. It not only where price bounces, but it attracts the price.
Yep. Man, I'm really not a fan of where I got in there. I'm slipping today, Tom.
You're in a short? Yeah, you're in a short.
Yeah, in a short, and I got in way too late. I missed the initial move. That initial pullback to the AEMA. Actually, I'm going to pull up the 1 minute chart because it looks a lot cleaner there. This move right here was perfect, and I totally missed that guy. This rejection off of the AEMA, right, and that immediate 30-point candle was the first short I should have taken.
And silver's back to $76. They say $70 is the new floor in silver. Buy now.
All right, so we have some buyers at 605, which means I should be able to catch my buy limit exit, my buy to stop order there at 611. I'm hoping that happens, and then we maybe see a reversal from there, but I may have to cut this trade short in profit here because there's just too much consolidation right here.
I'm surprised you would cut this trade. It seems like such a strong trend.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the orders just got eaten by the sellers, and now they're hitting the bid. So I'm waiting to see if that continues, because for a second there they were lifting the offer.
Right.
Unfortunately, you guys can't see what I'm seeing here. I need to share my whole screen for you to see Bookmap as well. But where I'm at this very moment, there was a fairly large set of orders around 612 and 610. And that got eaten up by the sellers, and they're continuing to hit the bid right now. So cool. It looks like I'm going to. So I took my exit there. All those accounts are good.
Thank you, Aventura, for the praise for the website and the tool set. I'm glad. I want everyone to give it a try if they're interested.
God, I hate that so much. All right. Really good regression trend so far on the open. All A retrace back to the electronic VWAP here is a good spot to try again, which is happening right now. My issue is that it still just looks like such a good spot to bounce from here.
Right.
But it's going. There's another pitch and catch. My God. Okay, so the sellers really just stepped in.
Oh, the repo fails. You look at repo fails as a metric for, hey, what's going to happen for the next day, or
no? What do we got there?
Anyone? And so they've just been increasing. When repo fails increase at the end of the year, especially in December, this is where we get that. If you remember Volmageddon, I believe it was in 2018. This is exactly that sort of thing where there's funding pressures, end of year, low liquidity, and that itself can be a shock where large positions just need to liquidate in order to get out of where they are, because they, beggars can't be choosers type of situation. And so it's rare, but if you get a flush out in December, it's usually a huge flush out that the Fed needs to come and save real quick between September and December.
Okay. That might explain a few things here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've had this downward pressure basically since the 26th of December, which is right at the beginning of the window. The 26th of December is where the options expired for the quarter, started expiring for the quarter, and so it makes sense. The JP Morgan collar is off, all kinds of downward pressure. Just upgraded you, Adventurer, to a full member on Sacred Profit. So thank you so much for signing up.
Man, Tom, I'm missing the ball today. This is
what I was saying. Like the trend looks so strong here. Like, I get it. I mean, the low right of the overnight is still 550. So who knows? We bounce around that area, but
we're coming right back to test that area. I just don't like being right about direction and prediction and then not being in this trade. It's my most frustrating thing.
Yep. The Cassandra trade.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Negative 310 million negative gamma. Although we're headed towards a support zone.
Not very strong. For those of you watching, this is not an entry. I mean, as exciting as this sell-off is, getting in here sounds like a terrible idea. What I'm effectively waiting for at this point is some kind of pullback. We test the 8 EMA or we test the VWAP again, and then a rejection from that point and a push down again. We're not there yet. Morning on the cloth. Thanks for joining us.
Bitcoin's falling now too.
Sell side still has the upper hand. I see some of those orders getting eaten up there as they lift the offer right now at 600. All right, that's the kind of engulfing candle that would signal a reversal. And we're about ready to break the regression trend here.
Dollar bounce as expected. Bitcoin down, S&P down, NASDAQ down. Gold up. Gold up, dollar up. Oh, deflation.
Man, that move in silver. People are making a lot of money on this right now.
Yep.
That's fun.
But they raised the margin requirements.
Yes.
2-3 times on silver already?
I heard all the conspiratorial complaints on that one.
Well, I mean,
calling the CME a scam and all this other stuff.
It's so funny. It's like, well, they have their own risk controls too. You think, I mean, what are they supposed to do?
Is to maintain a stable market. You're just upset because you have to come up with more margin now.
Like the world, it's not a good situation if price dislocates and you go from silver $76 to $500 in one day. This is not a good thing.
I totally agree.
It's like taking out insurance if the Earth explodes. Okay, that's your bet. It's my problem with the prepper idea.
Oh, right.
The people just want to abandon civilization, and I'm just going to build my bunker in the woods, and I'm going to see you guys. What? So you can be one of the roving bands of starving people in the aftermath? How about we help not cause the apocalypse? How about that plan? Nope. Go live in your bunker. Okay.
And be mad at the government for it all happening. Like, what?
Yeah. And then they're happy when things go bad. See, I told you. Things are terrible. Okay, great. Thanks for the pat on the back. You were right. I was wrong.
All right, let's try it.
You're getting in.
Little late on that one as well. I feel like I'm coming back to the live streaming here after a week of trading silently by myself and suddenly have to get used to both again.
That's right. Tom chirping in your ear.
No, not at all. No big deal. I'll get used to it. I hear you every day, Tom.
That's true.
That looks like a solid rejection of that attempt to reverse. So I'm pretty happy with my entry. Let's see where it goes though. A lot of orders showing up at 883, 880s, 575. I said 880, excuse me, 580, 575, which is pretty much right where my buy to cover order is. This may be a tough one.
Right.
Nope. All right. Got trapped out on that one.
Carmel, thanks for signing up. Made you full member. You guys are great. You guys are great. It's doing that wick thing. All right, so it's not going to be another sideways day. Chop, 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 chop. Although, can we chop when we're below EV? Well, I guess we can.
Okay, let's pull that back. So it looks like we came back and are retesting the session VWAP as well as electronic VWAP. I like this as a VWAP bounce strategy, but I want to wait for this bar to close here.
Yeah. This is not a market for me.
The cloth says lost on a short. Unfortunately, I get it. Right now, I'm pretty much break even. 1 for 2, up a few dollars on each account. All right, now we're going for it. God, late on that one again. I don't like these entries at all.
But you don't like dragging? No, because you wait for the confirmation. You wait for confirmation, right?
Yeah, but on that one, I felt pretty good. I mean, it literally touched EVWAP and immediately the sell pressure stepped in. So I think it would have been a lot smarter if I had gotten in at about 627.
Right, but you don't set your order line at EVWAP so that as soon as it touches, it does it.
Not in this case. It's a manual entry. Yeah, I'm probably going to get stopped out on this one again.
We have 5 minutes left till the start of the next candle. 15-minute candle.
This is a good reason to be trading micros. I'd be getting crushed right now if I were in the minis.
Minis, oh my God, yeah.
There it is. All right, so we're 1 for 3 now. Okay, sellers, what do we want here? Looks pretty equal on the books. So I'm going to wait a few seconds here to see if this gets rejected. And then one more try, one more reattempt here at selling the rejection.
For the short side?
On the short side.
Just remember, you're getting into the 10 o'clock thing, so you might want to wait till 10 o'clock before.
Too late. Dang it, you bastards. All right, so look, that is the 618, or really kind of 786 retrace here. This Fibonacci sequence from the overnight starting to look more positive with each bar. And if this is the case and we start to close above some of these EMAs, this could look really good for a Fibonacci extension. So I'm definitely on the wrong side here.
The cloth immediately took a long, closed for profit. Awesome.
Good job, man. All right, let's see if I can get anything out of this session VWAP rejection. For those of you tuning in, this is all done through TradersPost on multiple prop accounts, as well as another simulated account. This signal that I just sent was on my VWAP bounce strategy, where I'm looking to sell the rejection off of VWAP. You can see I send one order in, or one signal into TradersPost, and then it executes across all my accounts at the same time. In this case, I got positive slippage on all those entries. There we go. All right. Took a chance on that one, Tom.
I get it. I mean, it's a good spot to take a chance.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That just rejected the regression trend. About halfway the profit. 10 more points. I don't see anybody on the books that would stop me first. 575 is the next target. I'm out at 594. So a little bit further.
I always think about when I see your take profit lines, and I suspect that the price might just like give out. I'm always like, oh, I want Mike to be in the full trend all the way down, but I don't like how choppy things can get today. So I guess,
I mean, this is looking a lot more bearish now. It's not quite choppy. That initial trend is, I think, the initial sign that we are going to trend. This is the pullback to VWAP. I actually like this for a larger position. I'm going to go ahead and put a second one on and go a little bit further with it. So I have half the position ready to stop at 627, the other half at 639, which is above session VWAP. And if I'm right, I'll get paid at 594, and I'll get paid at 560. At the moment, I see buyers at 575 and roughly 565. So that second trade may be a little bit tougher. Well, let's see what happens on the books by the time it gets there. So we're a couple bars into the second formation of a downtrend. Let me actually move this regression trend out. So the regression trend for this session is still looking pretty good, 0.78. And obviously I sold a little too far down from that move. I wanted to get a little bit higher there at 627, but I missed it.
I'm looking here and I don't really see any. My OCD is, for chart OCD, is bothering me that we didn't get to 25,720 to clear that level before we turned over. Because if that was cleared, then I'd be totally in for a full short down to 25.3. But I'm overly cautious when it comes to these things.
Got it. Yeah, it's a little bit of it's also a slow trend today. I do want to point out that ATR is really low. VIX is really low. This is a slow moving sell-off. It's not your typical sell-off. I don't see a lot of panic here in the markets. We had the initial flush out, which is mainly just open orders, market open orders. And right now things are just kind of creeping along. In about another 15 to 20 minutes, I fully expect that the books are going to go from an average lot size of 20 to 25 on each price down to like 6 or 8, which is what happened yesterday. And it's so funny. Liquidity just dries up after the first hour.
All right, 10 a.m. Let's see what the orb guys are doing.
Yep. This is going to be an interesting zone right here. I'm actually expecting we could probably chop right in this zone right here before it finally finds a lot more sell pressure and then pushes down to the next leg. And if I'm wrong, you guys know where I'm getting out.
Right.
I was thinking about a new feature, Tom. Tell me if you guys like this idea. We have sometimes people want to cancel certain types of orders, but of course, TradersPost doesn't give you back the order IDs when you send in a request because there's too many order IDs to send back, and it's not really a fully fledged API. It's just a webhook request. That said, we could create another type of action along with the cancel action that allows you to define whether the orders that are canceled are above or below your entry. So imagine for a moment that you send a cancel and you say cancel anything above my entry, which is basically all my take profits. Sometimes I want to remove my take profit to let a runner go and go a lot further. If I think that price is really pushing down fast, I want to cancel out the take profits and just let it go as long as I can and then exit manually, right? That might be possible. I want to talk to John about it.
Interesting.
You don't want to cancel your stops though. Don't do that. You can cancel your take profits. That makes sense. Hold on to your winners. All right, so one half of my position was now successful. Let's see how the other half goes. Am I crazy though? Is that feature kind of dumb or what?
No, I like that. More granular control over which orders get canceled. Like, we don't even have that on TradingView.
Right.
Like in PineScript, you can't do anything. Like, you'd have to jump through hoops in order to do that. So I like the idea of that being standardized. What is going on with this 15-minute candle? This beginning is going nowhere.
Spaghetti today.
Just give up the ghost. You know you want to.
And it's doing what I just mentioned earlier, but it did it later than I expected. On the cloth says that's above me. Oh, okay. How long? Wait, I'm the cloth. You're a TradersPost customer, aren't you?
Okay. Does it not want to go anywhere? God.
This is what I was talking about earlier. I expected there would be some chop here, and mainly because the books are looking pretty equal on both sides. I see some sell pressure at 627-ish, which would basically be right at session VWAP. So there is some desire to build a wall here right at session VWAP, but I'm expecting a little bit of chop before we find a new leg down.
Right. Okay. Well, how do you feel about leaving it there?
Wrapping it up from here. Yeah, I think we demonstrated a couple of good trades. I wish I would have gotten earlier on those. Let's see where we go from here. I think the next thing I'm going to want to show you guys when we come back for another session is other ways to put on trades from indicators. I know we've done that a few times before. One indicator that I like to use quite a bit is the trailing stop alerts indicator made by this guy Zen and the Art of Trading. And what I like to do is push back a few bars. In this case, I'd be short, and I can choose my ATR level. Sorry, I just deleted that. One sec. So I usually do about 1.5 times ATR and apply this, and that creates a line on the chart that obviously is ATR. It's an ATR-based trailing stop. I know, Tom, we've worked on some variations of this as well. What's really nice about it, though, is that I can just add an alert to the indicator and specify that the condition is the trailing stop hit. And if it hits that, then I can send the JSON message and the webhook URL from that, and then basically use this as my trailing stop from TradingView. And I'm looking for more opportunities to cover how we can use indicators to help you guys manage your discretionary trades as well.
Awesome.
All right, there's that slop I was expecting, or chop that I was expecting right in this zone here. Still a lot of still a lot of sell side pressure right at session VWAP. So I'm not uncomfortable with my position.
Right. Where's that buy stop at? I can't see the price there.
Gotcha. Let me make this a little larger. Buy stop's at 633 right now.
Okay.
Right above session VWAP.
Right.
And that's a trailing stop. So if we start to push a new leg down, that's going to get closer and closer.
All right, guys, we're going to be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for even more trading. This has been great. Mike, you've been doing a great job trading over the last couple of weeks. So happy to hear you carry that over to here. You're growing. You're becoming so much better into
yeah,
trading.
I've had half a dozen past accounts in the last week, and I hit a payout target with Apex, but I'm on a little bit of a battle with them right now on approving that payout. The compliance side wants to see all of my trades and markups and confirm that I'm doing things the right way. If any of you guys have been through that process, hook me up with some advice. At this point, I've given them everything they asked for, and I'm just waiting for approval on a payout. And we'll see where it goes from there.
Awesome. So we'll be back with you folks tomorrow. And until then, we wish you, as always,